Welcome back to the Thriving in Love podcast, the podcast that challenges the status quo so couples can thrive as their most authentic selves. So today's episode is actually not about your relationship, but it's about your body. And why that is related to your relationship is because the better you feel in your body, the more confident you feel in your relationships, and the more vibrant you feel on your date nights, in your clothes, and in your intimacy and your connection with others. So it's all related. I promise there's the inner threads that are connecting all of the above. I had to bring Laura Conley on the show. She is the founder of Yummy Mummy Method, which has successfully helped hundreds of women lose weight for the last time and has been lovingly labeled the fun weight loss coach by her clients. She does this through her unique and proven method that helps her clients through balancing their hunger hormones, rewiring their brains, feeling emotions, providing loving accountability, and becoming their own bestie. Laura is the host of the top 1.5% podcast called Lose Weight for the Last Time, and has been featured on the Be Well by Kelly podcast and the Earn Your Happy podcast with Lori Harder, and has worked with brands like Uber, Nike, and Twitter. Powerful, incredible. Love your story. Love all that you do. And thank you for helping women find that inner confidence and to become just the people that they came here to be and the bodies that they came here to thrive in. So welcome to the podcast.
Oh my God. Thank you so much for having me. It's such a pleasure to be here. I already know we're going to have so much fun.
We met and it was so fun and we connected right away. And then our Zoom call was just electric. Like there was so much synergy, so many moments of like resonance and deep exhales. So I really want the listeners today to hear your story about why weight loss. Like what was the aha moment for you in your life where you realized the importance of it and how it connects to our inner journey?
Yeah, so such a good question. Well, it began about 8 years ago after I had my daughter. Unfortunately, she got really sick just a couple weeks after she was born. And so we were in the hospital with her trying to figure out what the F was wrong with her. It was horrible and painful and probably has some PTSD. I need to heal from that. But anyways, she's totally cured from what was going on. She's totally healthy now. But at about 6 weeks postpartum, right when we got out of the hospital, I finally take my first like real shower and I get out of the shower. She's in her bassinet, like cooing up at me, perfect little baby. And I catch myself beating myself up for not bouncing back into my pre-baby jeans, quote unquote, fast enough. Meanwhile, like we had just been like barely surviving in the hospital.
Traumatized.
Yes, yeah. Right? Like, So I found it to be such an effed up moment that here I am beating myself up for not weighing what I thought I should at that point. And I was like, no, this has to stop here. Because if it doesn't, I'm going to pass it down to her. So she became like my muse. It still gives me chills. I'm still so grateful to that little 6-week-old that inspired me, because prior to that I had really like accepted defeat. I was like, this is just going to be my thing. This isn't even that bad of a thing. I'm just going to be always gaining and losing and always on a green juice cleanse and then throwing in the towel and eating all the pizza and like whatever. This isn't that bad. And then I'm like, no, this is bad. I don't want her to have this. I don't want her having calorie counting contests with her girlfriends junior year of high school and like, you know, trying on 18 different outfits and or canceling plans because she doesn't feel good in her body. I was like, no, this has to stop here. Like, and so in that moment, I like vowed to heal my relationship with my body and food. And meanwhile, like, just to be frank, like I still did want to lose the baby weight. And there's nothing wrong with that. Right. And I think I was a little bit ashamed for like wanting to lose weight, and we can talk about that later too, but I just refused in that moment to do it in an unsustainable way. I was like, you know what? I do want to lose this baby weight, but I'm going to do it healthfully and I'm going to heal my relationship with my body and with food. And so I went down rabbit hole after rabbit hole and discovered a lot about hormone health and nutrition. But really, honestly, a lot of what I use now in my practice is what was already there. A lot of like stuff from my psychology degree. And at the time I was already a coach and had been a coach for, 5 or 6 years. So pulling a lot of the coaching tools, pulling a lot of Eastern philosophy. I was a yoga and meditation teacher as well. So just like pulling from all these different resources. And then I remember talking to my husband and being like, oh my God, I actually like did this. Like, I can't believe it. It kind of freaked me out because I like did the thing I thought I couldn't do. And then I had to make it my mission. I was probably like a year or so later, I was in the pool with my daughter in a bikini, and I looked around and I was like, oh my God, all the moms are like handcuffed to the chaise lounges. Like, we have to free the moms. We're all
I need more chills.
I was like, we have to free the moms. Like, they're trapped in their cover-ups, not enjoying this one precious life. So that's how the Yummy Mummy, like, in short, was born. I started testing it out on my friends, and I'm like, oh my God, this, like, my husband, like, I'm like, babe, this is working for everybody. What is happening? And he just like laughs. He's like, yeah, duh, Laura. Anyways, so
Holy
that
shit.
is the story. Yeah.
That is epic. Oh my gosh. It's literally like pain to purpose and then turn into legacy of like, how can we not just like help me and help my friends, but like take this out into the world in such a global scale, like what you are doing so powerfully. But like, what was the struggles for you trying to get your clients initially on board in this era of this feminist movement of body positivity? Like, was there resistance there? Did you have to talk people through any mindset shifts of like giving them permission that it's okay to want to look a certain way? And it doesn't mean that you're anti-feminist.
Exactly. Like, I think we took the 90s and 2000s and we swung way too far. We took like this anti-heroin chic and like, no, I don't want any of my clients, nor do I want to look like Kate Moss. I mean, maybe part of my hyper program brain does, but anyways, we've swung all the way over here and we've made it wrong to want to lose weight. We've made it wrong. And be healthy. Like, like I'll go on some podcasts and the podcast host will be like, okay, let's call you like a health coach instead of like a weight loss coach, because like weight loss is like taboo.
It's triggering.
Yeah, it's triggering. And I get it. And I had to make peace with it. And I had to be like, no, you know what? Like, I can love my body and want to change it. Me wanting to change my body doesn't mean that I don't love my body. In fact, me wanting to change my body can mean I do love it. And I think that's some of the messaging that we get is like, oh, if you want to change your body or if you want to lose some weight, it means you don't love your body or yourself. And the crazy part, the ironic part is like the way that the extra fat that I believed was on my body got there was from me not loving myself, was from me abandoning myself, from me abandoning and escaping my emotions. Like, a lot of the extra weight on my body was from like, oh, I'm just going to have some like chocolate covered almonds because I'm a little bit bored, or like this party isn't very fun. So I'll just eat another crappy cupcake to like make it more pleasurable. Escapism, or whatever. Yeah.
Coping mechanisms.
Exactly. Yeah.
I relate with that so hard because also like, when I was on my feminine awakening journey, I was like, fuck all the status quo stuff. And like, I'm not going to appease no man against the patriarchy. Right.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm going to eat in whatever way I want. And I gained a lot of weight on that. I probably gained like 20, 30 pounds in like 2 years, which was insane. But then what I realized was like, I was making so many excuses. I was like, oh, I'm on a journey of like loving my inner child, and whatever my inner child wants, I'm going to say yes to. But I mean, hello, parenting teaches you not to say yes to every single thing that your child wants. So why am I doing that and then sabotaging my body, my health, my fitness, my routines, and like going so far off? And maybe I needed that in the moment, but like, I'm so proud of like catching myself, or like I'm just like, it's not against body positivity to want to be a healthy person. I was like getting like shortness of breath. I was like, whoa, this is like not okay. I'm going up the stairs and now I'm out of breath. Like there's something wrong here.
Yeah. So, and I teach body positivity. Like I teach body positivity, but it doesn't have to be like one or the other. It can be
two
like
truths
both.
Can coexist.
Yeah, exactly. Both and. Yeah. And it's so I have to learn. That's the way I have to learn too, is like trying it. Like I totally had that era too. Like I'm going to eat whatever I want, whenever I want. I had a couple of those eras actually. I think that can be appropriate and it can serve its purpose. And also, sometimes I wonder, like, is it our inner child or is it just our lower brain that like wants a hit of dopamine? Because a lot of the foods that, that we have available to us, it's like a drug. And so
Literally.
it can
It's an
just be
addiction.
it can be our lower brains. Maybe it's the inner child. And that's the other thing. Part of my program touches a little bit on intuitive eating, but intuitive eating, at least the way I accidentally maybe interpreted it, which has become kind of a big movement too. And there's no right or wrongs. It's just like what works for you. But I would be like, oh, my intuition wants a cookie. And it's like, no, your intuition doesn't want a cookie. It's your lower brain that wants a little drug, And
yeah.
so
I mean, you're shifting my mindset around it right now, actively in this moment. I'm like, maybe I am thinking it's my inner child when in reality, I just need a dopamine hit.
Yeah. Totally.
And like we make so many excuses, just ways to make things okay when we know that it's actually not good for us. But I'm like, oh, but my inner child wants this. I'm just going to do it.
You only live once. And it's like, exactly. I only live once. So if that's true, then I want to like be the healthiest, like most radiant version of myself.
I used to say like, I came here to eat all the delicious food. I will not have a single bad meal in my life.
Oh my God. Me too. And it's like, if I had a bad meal, then I had to like immediately go fix it and have a good meal. And I'm like, Laura, like, did you know like you're going to eat again in like 4.5 hours?
I know, my husband says that all the time. He's like, this isn't your only meal. Like,
yeah. And that's where our lower brains like come into play. So like there's part of our brain that wants a dopamine hit. And then there's part of our brain that really hasn't evolved to meet us in 2025 and like really understand that like food is readily available. Like our lower brains actually think that like food is scarce because it used to be scarce, right? And so it's like it's like 4v1. You've got your best friend that's like, come on, let's go out for ice cream. And then you got your lower brain that's like, yeah, we need dopamine. And then the other part of your lower brain that's like, and we probably are going to eat for 7 days. So like, you know what I mean? It's
There's so much conditioning and programming that happens not just in our lifetime in our childhoods, but like generationally, ancestrally. And it sounds like that moment that you had with your daughter of like, I'm not going to pass down this generational trauma. Like that. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's why we all felt chills when you said that. How have you found the stories and the narratives and that from like the past to how it's our job now to be responsible, to take care of ourselves and break these generational patterns?
Yeah, I feel like that's my job as a mom, when it started there. Generational patterns for sure, but also like the conditioning and the programming, like we were talking about, that we get from our culture. Cause like, I probably shouldn't say this, but like I do because I'm an open book and I'm like, we'll just tell everyone everything. My mom actually did a really good job, especially in the 80s and 90s, of like teaching us how to eat healthy, how to fuel our bodies, gave me a decent body image, but then like our Cosmopolitan magazine effed it all up, but I still feel like it's my job to help buffer my kids against so much of the conditioning and programming. And one of what we were talking about before we hit record is like a huge soapbox I've been on lately is like, I think as moms and women, it's our responsibility to take care of ourselves because like what message, yes, I want to pass down a healthy relationship with my body and food to my son and my daughter. But I also really, especially to my daughter, I'm like kind of on this psychotic mission to show her that like I deserve to be on the list. I deserve to be number 1 or 2 or 3. I deserve to fill my cup. And when I do, actually, I'm a way better mom because I don't want her growing up thinking that she has to be like people pleasing Paula or like, martyrdom mom Mandy, because then what?
I love these names.
Yeah.
Great characters in the book.
Yeah. So I
you should
think
write a children's book.
Maybe I will. And they'll yes. Oh, that's so good. I don't know. I don't know if I'd be good at that. But anyways, there'd be too many F-bombs. But I do think that's
an R-rated children's book. I love it.
Yeah. I know. My kids like have such like foul mouths. But anyways, my point is that's a big generational and societal thing that I want to break for my kids is like, no, you get to be on the list. And that's a lot of the work that we get to do inside the Yummy Mummy, because it's like if you are eating because you didn't get any pleasure or any comfort or any stress relief in your day, that emotional eat is actually such a great invitation for you to learn how to take care of yourself. If you're like pacing in the pantry at 9:30 at night, eating your kids' cheddar bunnies or in the, staring in the fridge, the light staring back at you, you're like, I'm not hungry, but I need something. I want a little something.
Pleasure. Yeah. Because your life is lacking life and pleasure and vibrancy. But like, how do you stop that in the moment? Like, what is your coaching practice for women that are maybe listening and they're like, I can't stop. I know intellectually this is not good for me, but the behavior and the habit just like can't be cut.
Yeah, that's such a good question. So it's, first of all, believing that it can, believing that like maybe somebody else who's similar to me actually did heal this. Like maybe it is possible. So starting there with like, it could be possible. And then like what you're describing when we know intellectually is like the worst part. It's like the most painful part, right? It's like you're watching yourself do the thing.
Yeah. And then you start being at war with yourself.
Yes. And so like what I teach my clients is this concept of like shame citement. And so, because oftentimes when we're like catching ourselves, like we're just flooded with shame. And it's like, okay, hold space maybe for that shame. It's like so well worn. We're so used to beating the crap out of ourselves. So like, yeah, maybe a little shame like comes up, but can you change it into excitement? Like, oh my God, I'm noticing that I'm doing this. Like that is step one. You have to
that
notice.
Awareness is massive. It's a total door opening to a whole new way of being.
Exactly. So first, believe you can.
Yep.
Then notice yourself in the moment. And can you just get a little excited that you notice? Even 1%, 99% shame, 1% excitement, and then hands on your heart. And it's like, I'm noticing. Even if you do the thing, even if you eat the ice cream, like, oh, I'm just noticing. Now, what is like, if hunger isn't the problem, food isn't the solution. So like, what am I looking for in here? Like, what's going on for me? And like getting really curious and like being willing to guess at what's going on for you. Because you might not be like, wow, I had the most stressful day ever. Duh, I'm in the ice cream, right? It might just be like a little something. Like, so just getting curious, being willing to guess at what the ice cream or the cheddar bunnies or whatever is doing for you. And then asking yourself, and this is a really lifelong practice of like, okay, so if it's comfort that I need or pleasure that I need, how can I get that for myself in another way, in a way that doesn't leave me feeling hungover or regretful or like doesn't give me results I don't actually want or consequences that are unintended. So it's like, oh, I really need comfort. So how can like, maybe that's, this is so cliche, but maybe that's a bath or a walk with a friend, and you won't get as high. You won't get a huge hit, but you won't get the huge dip, the big low, the crash. You won't. So it's like this more sustainable joy, comfort, pleasure. And it can be a little uncomfortable at first, but then you start to get better and better and you build the habit. You have all this proof of like why you want to go for a walk to fill your pleasure cup versus have ice cream to fill your pleasure cup. So yeah.
Also, I can't even imagine all of the things that life opens up to when you break that habit and you choose something different instead. Have you experienced any like synchronicities or anything that like makes you believe that magic is real or anything like that? Has it happened for you where you're like breaking a pattern, doing something differently, doing something that's better and healthier for you? And then does the universe reward that in any way, shape, or form?
That's such a good question. I feel like for me, it changes me energetically. And then it's like, because this is getting a little woo, but we like woo, so we're going to go there. It's
I'm so woo.
Yeah.
This show is very woo.
Woo.
Yes.
Welcome to the woo. All right. So it's a different vibration when I'm eating ice cream because I'm so stressed and I can't deal and I want to escape. I hang out in this kind of like low vibration. And this is not, ice cream is not bad. I still eat ice cream.
It's the intention.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And so when I'm really taking care of myself and I'm not eating ice cream to avoid my restlessness or my like anxiety or whatever, and I really take care of myself, I'm starting like to like actually vibrate at a different frequency.
Yes.
And so then, so magic does come into play. And like you were talking about at the beginning, like let's thrive in our body so that we can thrive in our relationships and so that we can thrive with our relationship with the universe too. Like it literally, like you live in your body 24/7. It is your home. It is your magic maker. It is where your intuition lives and lies. It's where the universe lies. And it's
how you embody your energy into the reality is through the body.
Yeah. So if you don't feel good in your body, or you aren't treating your body the way that maybe you want to, you don't have to shame yourself. Like, this is normal. Like, this is not your fault. Like, I want to be loud and clear about that. Like, if there's a little string cheese habit happening, if there's like a tortilla chip, if there's like a picking the chocolate out of the trail mix habit, like, you know what I mean? You're not bad or wrong. This is not your fault. But maybe you want to take responsibility and make a shift. And it's just like a little upgrade.
And it goes back to what we were saying earlier about taking responsibility for the life that you want to live. Like, it's always a choice. And you can choose to stay in the comfort zone of those tiny little things that you're like, oh, no big deal. But then you can't also be like, why isn't this coming into my life? Why aren't my manifestations coming in? Why am I not getting the things that I want and desire? I mean, that's the whole journey of consciousness, is like being so mindful and intentional about your actions, your choices, your behaviors, your habits. And then once you have all of those aligned for your highest self, then you receive. So like accountability and responsibility is key.
It's huge. And one thing I want to bring up, because say you're like, okay, I'm picking up what they're putting down. I like this. So you get an opportunity and you realize, oh, I'm using the wheat thins for comfort. And then you're like, so I need more comfort. And maybe that means taking an hour to go, mine's always like a walk with a friend. But I can't do that because I feel guilty, because I shouldn't be taking time away from my family or whatever. So that's a big thing that we end up coaching on. And that's really healing too, because I don't want my women to be getting these cheap hits. I want like rich hits, like, rich experience. But we've been conditioned.
So luscious.
Oh, it's so luscious. I love it. So like, and that's a lot of the work that we end up doing, because we've been so programmed and conditioned to feel guilty if we do anything for ourselves. And I'm like, we got to hand that guilt back to the patriarchy. Really, it's not it's not our guilt.
And if we're constantly okay with these cheap hits for satisfying that desire within, then we're also going to be okay with receiving breadcrumbs in our relationships, not asking for our worth in our careers, not showing up with, that energy of I'm worthy of more, and vibrating at that frequency. So it's like, it impacts everything. How has it impacted you? Like, how has your journey of like rewiring your mindset around weight loss impacted your relationship?
With my husband?
Yeah. Or like with your friends, or like in general, like your connections and the way you show up in the world.
Oh my God. Do you have 3 hours?
Yes.
So like, I'm just way more present, like 4,000 times more present. I'm present in my body. I'm present at meal times. I let my husband touch me.
Literally. Yes.
Like, if I didn't feel good in my body because I didn't feel good in my body, and he's pretty affectionate. So like, I would be like, ew, gross, or like, don't touch me there. Like, he, go to grab my waist. I'd be like, oh, gross, and now I like welcome it. I'm like, let's go. Not all the time. Not all the time. Let's be honest. I'm 42. Okay. I gotta I'm a freaking oven, not a microwave. Yeah.
No.
And then like with my kids, it's like I kind of play this game of like sliding doors. Like, okay, if I hadn't healed this, what kind of a mom would I have been? Oh, I would be waking up feeling ashamed because I probably ate the gummy bears I said I wasn't going to eat, even though I pinky promised myself today was the day. And I'd like throw on some like Vuoris and feel a schlumpy slump. And then I'd go down, promise myself today was going to be the day. Oh, nope. Whoops. My kids are annoying me. So then I eat their leftover French toast sticks. Oh, there we go again. Like, and then it would just be this low level, like black cloud. So like with my kids, just way more present, way more available for like a dance party that they want to do spontaneously. with
Because
my
you also
friend.
have more energy
More
when
energy.
you don't have that dark cloud.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. I don't overeat. Like I wasn't like a big binger, but like I would overeat and I'd be like really full. And then I don't want to have sex, or I don't want to do a dance party, or I don't want to like do life, or like
You feel
vacation.
sluggish at work, so you're not
Yeah,
showing up fully for your purpose and your
exactly.
calling.
That's exactly right. Like it bleeds into every other
Everything.
area of your life. Like you will have a better marriage. You will make more money. You will be a better parent if you choose and decide to heal your relationship with your body and feel good in your body. And like, yes, sometimes I don't feel amazing, but the majority of the time I really genuinely do. It affects my friendships too. Like I used to dread girls' night because I used to be like half excited, half dreading it because I'd be like, oh God, I don't have anything to wear. What am I going to wear? And then like, I can't really trust myself around all the appetizers, like this whole thing. So, or like vacations, like I'm going to gain like 8 pounds, like, so anyways, yeah, it's affected all of my relationships in the best way possible.
Wow. I love that. Thank you so much for sharing. It's so
I'm like
practical.
myself, it's easier for me to be me. Not that I wasn't happy and vibrant before. It's just like this huge upgrade.
It's just like a sluggish, more of like like you said, you're just more present versus like going to functions or events with your friends and being like in your head about how you look, how you come off. You're able to put all of that noise away and just enjoy the moment.
That's exactly right.
Yeah. Okay. Going back to when you said when you're on vacation, gaining the 8 pounds, and like that happens to me all the time. So what are some like practical ways, like especially in the society, like American portion sizes are insane. They're not normal.
Yes.
And I was so used to just like, because of the programming from my parents, like finish your plate, there's starving children in Africa, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm like, and I had that in my head for so long until I was like, no, like I should eat until I'm full and stop eating. But like, what are how do we actually break out of that habit of thinking that American portion sizes are actually normal?
Yeah. So we play the game of like Laura in Paris or Sana in Aix-en-Provence or whatever. So first deciding that you want to eat smaller portions. And not all my clients do this, because everyone that is my client chooses exactly how they want to eat and they know why, right? So it's like very choice driven. But let's say you did want to go on vacation and you just wanted to stay the same. Like, let's pretend you wanted to go on vacation and you didn't want to gain any weight. First of all, I would be like, are you sure you want to do that? Like, is this like what you want to do? And you would be like, yes or no.
Why would you ask that first?
Because I don't want to should on anybody.
Yeah.
I want you to be in full agency of like, no, I don't want to be like, you should go on vacation and stay the same because of whatever my judgments or reaning would be. I want you to go within and ask, like, do I want to not gain weight on my vacation? Do I want to lose a pound on vacation? That would be wild.
But also, do I actually want to worry about the food while I'm on vacation, or do I just want to enjoy it and then worry about it when I come home?
Yes, exactly. And so that's what's so interesting about dieting versus like our method. The way that I teach my clients is like, I just had a client come back from a 2-week vacation in Europe, and I gotta bring her on my podcast because it was so cool. She lost weight and she wasn't worried about it because of how I teach my clients to think about food so that you're not hyper. You're not worried. Like, yes, at the beginning of our program, you do have to become intentional. Anytime you're changing your life or you're upgrading your identity, you do have to be intentional, but then it eventually will be automatic. So like if I go on vacation right now, you could ask anyone, and my friends, my family, my husband, I am not worried about food. I'm not like the psycho I used to be. Like if I was on a diet and be like, okay, guys, we can't go here because I can't eat that. No. Like my clients do not sound like that. So if you wanted to stay the same or you didn't want to gain 8 pounds because of whatever your compelling reasons are, right? Like, so for me, when I go on vacation, I like to just like eat how I eat at home, maybe with a few extra treats or a few extra drinks or whatever, because I feel disgusting when I eat what my body doesn't like. And I'm on vacation that I just paid a pretty penny for. And I refuse to feel disgusting on vacation. So it's like, how can I support my body on vacation? So that would be like a part of my why. So I would ask you like, and then maybe you'd say like, yes, I just want to stay the same when I go on vacation. And then I would say, great. How can we make that possible for you?
I want to look the way I looked in my bikini on day 1 and day 8.
Exactly. My client said, she said this so long ago, but my client Adele was like, she's like, I don't want to have to pack 2 suitcases. I don't want to have to pack fat pants. That's what she calls it. That's her words. I don't want to have to pack fat pants for the last day.
No, I used to have like my skimpy bikinis in the beginning of the trip and then my bodysuits.
Yeah.
Literally.
And if you want to go on vacation and you want to gain 8 pounds, that's fine. That's not wrong or bad. Like we did this Italy vacation a couple years ago, and it was really like once in a lifetime. And it was very foodie kind of focused.
Of course.
And I was like, I'm going to eat whatever I want, whenever I want. And because the food's cleaner over there, I knew I wasn't going to feel gross in my body. We were also biking and hiking a lot, but I did gain a couple pounds, and it's like big deal. I know exactly how to get it off. Before, in my dieting days, I would have like spiraled and like freaked out and like that whole thing.
What you just said is, I think, the most important thing and takeaway for people. It's like when you have your tools, you're not scared to gain a couple pounds. You're not living in fear and anxiety and that like super heavy emotion, because you're like, okay, I'll gain a couple, but I have my toolbox. I know exactly how to get back on track, recenter, realign.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. And that's what my clients will celebrate all the time. And I want them to celebrate it publicly, because that's where that trust and that confidence comes in, you know?
We talked a little bit about the emotions and how they impact our eating habits, but have you found any correlation between like stubborn weight and like trauma or emotional baggage at all?
No, I haven't.
So
I know that's crazy.
Yeah, no.
Like, I really genuinely haven't. Now, here's the thing. This is kind of bold, and you guys I don't know. I might change my mind on this in like 10 years. It's kind of bold, but I often think that we as women will unconsciously or accidentally use it as an excuse to block us from, and I used to do this too.
Tell me more.
I'm a special unicorn. There's something wrong with me that's making it impossible for me to lose weight.
Yeah, we all use that as a crutch. Yeah.
No, there's not, Laura. No, there's not. And I also only lost weight in my dieting days from like starving myself, from crazy calorie deficits, from macro tracking. And I don't teach that. I teach hunger hormone health. And that made it so much easier for me too. So like when my clients learn how to balance their hunger hormones and their blood sugar, it becomes really easy. And like I get clients all the time. They're like, well, I come from a long line of potato farmers and we're all just big boned. And so that's why I can't, or I can't because the doctor just is misreading my blood work, or I have this emotional block or this, trauma block. And it's like, that could be true. And also I guarantee if you do this method, you will weigh what you want to weigh. Like I do guarantee it actually. You either lose weight or your money back.
Wow. I love that.
And that's only there because so many women are so scared to try again because they've tried so many things that don't work. So that's really why it's there, to help them take that leap of faith, but to also show them like, hey, like I will put all bets on you. You're not a special unicorn. I promise. Like you just have to believe in this thing.
Because I hear some people on social media, when she healed her deepest wounds, she just magically dropped 15 pounds and got her dream body. So I was just like wondering if that's true, accurate, or is that just like I'm
sure it's true. Thing? I'm sure it's true for her. I just have not seen that in my practice. But here's the other thing. Is we do a lot of coaching on, like I was just coaching a client. So it's so fun, Sana. We're doing this thing called the Drop 8 Diaries. And I'm showing my Instagram and podcast audience how Megan, my client, is going to drop 7 to 10 pounds in the month of July through the Yummy Mummy method. So we're just like taking her through.
I love that.
Yeah. And so
Wow.
she was like I wouldn't even actually call it a plateau. She probably would have called it like a plateau. She wasn't losing weight for like 8 days. And there was a lot of gripping and white knuckling happening for her. And she was holding a lot emotionally because her family was going through a death and it was really tragic for them. And she felt like she was holding the weight of her little kids experiencing death for the first time. Her husband, who was like really feeling it, she felt like she was holding the weight of the world. And so she was white knuckling and gripping and accidentally just getting a little diety about everything. And so we release all that together.
Wow.
So maybe, I don't know, maybe I am changing my answer because they're learning to do it from, we all were taught how to diet and white knuckle and grit our teeth through it. And like, that's not what we do in the Yummy Mummy. We're doing it from a place of fun and ease, which sounds like crazy because like, how can you have fun while you're losing weight? But
Too
like,
good to be true.
Yeah. So maybe there is a piece of it. I don't know.
Yeah.
That was the answer.
Yeah. I mean, I would be so fascinated to know and like come back on the podcast if like there is like a scientific breakthrough that proves that this is real.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I guess because like emotions are energy. Energy is, gets suppressed in our body and it causes inflammation. So maybe it could, but like, again, we're not scientists, guys. We don't know what we're saying.
Yeah, we don't know, but what I do know is that we do so much emotional processing. Like it's a huge part of the work I'm teaching them is how to feel their feelings, because we never were taught, a lot of us at least, we're not taught how to feel our feelings. So they are learning to feel their feelings instead of eat them. So like, I do think there's a relationship, like if they are feeling through their anxiety or they're feeling through their fill in the blank emotion that most of us are taught to resist, if they're feeling through that, they're not going to use food.
Yeah.
Right? Like if they're like, wow, like I teach this practice called the now feeling work, which is an acronym. Now it's like name the emotion, okay the emotion. Oh, it is okay that I'm feeling ashamed. And then witness, witness, like where is it in my body? Does it have a color? Like I teach them this whole practice. And then like, what is this emotion here to teach me? Like, how can I befriend it? How can I move towards it? Like all of
lean
that.
in.
Lean in.
Don't
and
resist.
So maybe that's what the woman on Instagram did. And then because she was feeling her feelings, she wasn't eating them. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe she was eating the exact same amount. Who knows?
Yeah. Who knows? Well, it would be fascinating to find out either way.
Yeah.
But I'm just amazed that you've been able to hold this space in this container for so long. How has it like evolved you as a human being, being able to like literally be a healer and a transformational guru for these people?
Oh my God. Okay. I am not a healer, nor am I a guru. I think my clients are.
I know you don't think you are, but you so are.
Okay. Okay. Well, that is very sweet. But like, I really, really believe like my clients are the one. They're the ones.
Paradigm to weight loss, like that you're literally going against the whole 3D patriarchal way of losing weight, and you're teaching them the new earth way of really shifting and transitioning into health and fitness and nutrition.
Yeah. Well, that is so sweet. I really believe that it is a like collaborative, like co-creation. But what was the question? I'm like, I am not a guru.
So like when you were first starting your program to who you are today, do you feel like you have like Laura Conley, how has she evolved through this entrepreneurial journey?
Oh my God, that's such a good question. Okay, so I like really love myself, which I didn't know that I didn't love myself. Yeah. Like, okay, so
we all think we love ourselves, but we only love like the pretty parts or the easy to love parts.
Exactly. I did. I loved myself conditionally for a long time. And you know, it's so funny. Like I said, I taught a lot of yoga and a lot of meditation for a lot of years. And what's so interesting is I had this one teacher and she was like, the path to like evolution and like, you know, like healing all the things is like waking up at like freaking, I don't know, 3:30 and doing sadhana practice. And I resisted it so much. And I was like, you want to know the path to evolution? You want to know the path to like self-actualization is entrepreneurship. That's what it is.
Literally.
Yeah.
Yes. I say that all the time. Entrepreneurship and marriage are the two greatest paths to soul evolution.
That's exactly right. And maybe healing your relationship with your body.
Honestly, yeah. The Holy Trinity. That's it.
There we go. That's exactly right. And so I had a little mini midlife crisis last year because I had a launch that didn't go as well as it normally went. And it like took me out, and I couldn't believe it because I was like, I didn't think I had this whole like, okay, you earn this and then you're worthy. Like you create this X kind of launch and then you're good enough or successful. But what it uncovered is like, I was trying to prove my worth. I was trying to earn my good enoughness, and it totally was related back to my childhood, which is so funny. Like I earned my love through making money, not even just general achievement. Like it wasn't grades with my family, really.
Yeah.
And like my dad would like just get so proud when I would like, you know, be working 50 hours a week when I was like 16 during the summer, you know? But the ironic thing is like when this happened and I had this really crappy launch and didn't hit the numbers I wanted to hit, my dad was like, cool, you'll figure it out. Like he didn't actually.
We internalize so much that's not actually true.
Yeah. So I thought that was really interesting, but I'm so glad that brought me to my knees because it really gave me this opportunity to love myself no matter what. And the crazy part is like the universe really tested me because I had another really shitty launch like 6 months later. And I was like,
because the universe wanted to know, did you actually learn your lessons?
Yes. It was checking in. And I'm sure this will be a lifelong practice and because love is a practice. But my point there is like, I was like, okay, this was a crappy launch, but like, this is just a business problem. This isn't like a me problem, right?
You're detached from it meaning anything about you and your worth. Oh,
totally.
Powerful.
So entrepreneurship really has taught me to like love myself no matter what. Like I could just be sitting on my porch swing doing nothing and I'm still, you know, awesome.
Fully worthy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
I love it.
So yeah, I could keep talking about that, but huge.
I get it. And like people think, oh, entrepreneurship is the ticket to freedom. And it's like, yes, it can be, but the journey for before you have the freedom is going to bring up all of your shadows and it's going to unearth anything and everything that's not in alignment with that version of you that is embodied in freedom. So just get ready.
Yeah.
Get ready for the ride.
Lots of opportunities to grow. So
Truly.
Fun.
Oh my gosh, Laura. Well, this was so fun and truly just a joy having you on the show. How can my audience find you? How can they work with you? How can they join your universe?
Oh my gosh, I love you so much. This was so fun. So you guys obviously listen to podcasts, so you can check out Lose Weight for the Last Time podcast with me, Laura Conley. What's really fun is that I made you guys a plan that you can use. It's called the Perfect Weight Loss Plan. It is like a little playbook that I would have really wanted when I was struggling, and it will help you get started. So that's at plan.lauraconley.com. My name is LauraConley. If you could also go to lauraconley.com and like stalk me over there. And I'm on Instagram at Laura Conley Coaching.
Amazing. Oh my gosh. So good. Thank you again so much. And guys, check out all the links below. They're in the show notes and take care.